Welcome, very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another episode of Perceptive Learning Zone. And today we are going to wrap up our thoughts on the domain of chemical engineering and figure out as to whether or not a degree in chemical engineering is worth it. So, as we talked about before, the chemical industry has made moderate progress in 2024, and it is increasing year over year production above the 2023 levels. However, the industry is facing challenges as well as uncertainty in 2025. And these obstacles, they include evolving macroeconomic conditions, there are shifts in the policy and regulation across regions, there are changing customer preferences, and other obstacles are advances in technology. So chemical companies, obviously, they need to consider adopting strategies that help them weather this uncertainty while positioning themselves competitively in the low carbon, high tech future. Now, the American Chemistry Council, it is projecting the global chemical production to rise by 3.4% in 2024 and 3.5% in 2025, after increasing just 0.3% in 2023. So to plan for the future, we feel like chemical companies, they should develop an understanding of where they stand in the current scenario, be honest with yourselves, okay, no intellectual dishonesty, and examine the emerging trends that are shaping the industry's trajectory in the coming years. So this year, Deloitte has basically updated its chemical multiverse analysis with data through 2023 in order to take a closer look at how the track record of global chemical companies through recent turbulence may shape the trends in 2025 and beyond. So this longitudinal study, it is tracking multiple financial variables across more than 300 global chemical companies over the past 25 years. And through a segmentation approach, they're trying to assess the current standing of each company. So this analysis that was basically conducted by Deloitte, it basically gave rise to four distinct strategy groups. Strategic leaders, strong options, middle ground, as well as limited options. Now, strategic leaders, they, my dear students, exhibit the highest financial strength, whereas strong options, they demonstrate relatively higher business performance as compared to middle ground and limited options. So between 2018 and 2023, you had cash and securities which rose across every group. And even as earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization, they fell for nearly every group. Now, companies in the strong options group, they increased their investments in research and development, and their net fixed assets were more than any other group. Yeah. So what are we trying to mean by this, right? So we have to understand that Deloitte's chemical multiverse analysis, well, it is fundamentally categorizing chemical companies. Yeah. It is categorizing chemical companies based on their business model rather than their, I would say, rather than their product type. Yes. And this approach is, it helps explain the strategic responses of different companies to long-term developments. So three categories of chemical companies have basically emerged, and they are natural owners, differentiated commodities, as well as solution providers. Now, who are natural owners? Natural owners, ladies and gentlemen, they have access to or ownership of a strong advanced feedstock position where they focus on achieving lower operational costs. Now, differentiated commodities, they often serve cyclical industries and focus on enhancing capital efficiency as well as technology leadership. Whereas solution providers, they primarily focus on selling solutions which involve systems level design and engineering. So I would also say that cost efficiency is a key focus for chemical engineers in the recent years. Many have announced cost reduction programs in order to improve their operational efficiency and reduce the operating rates. These programs, well, they typically include measures for increasing efficiency in plant and back office operations. These include redesigning processes. You are aligning the spending levels with the macroeconomy, as well as undertaking workforce reductions and plant closures. So the industry is facing regional challenges such as inflation and high energy prices in Europe, which is basically reducing the demand and putting the pressure on the chemical margins. If you talk about the petrochemical sector, there is excess production capacity and lower than expected demand, which have contributed to low operating rates. And this is leading to asset rationalization as well as plant closures. Now, asset rationalization is expected to continue through 2025 as companies recognize that a large near-term rebound in demand is unlikely, and they aspire to reconfigure towards more cost competitive supply and growth oriented markets. Also, I would add that end markets are also being addressed by companies that are focusing on high growth areas and customer needs. Global chemical production is projected to grow 3.5% in 2025, but demand has remained soft in some markets. So companies are focusing on driving efficiencies in their core business while doubling down in high growth areas, hence increasing the customer centricity, building customer loyalty, and tailoring solutions for customers. So chemical companies are now investing in high-tech clean energy and other high growth areas with semiconductors and electronic components, oil and gas extraction, architectural and structural metals, as well as plastics and rubber industries, which, believe it or not, are experiencing the most growth. So the Chips and Science Act in the United States has basically spurred chemical companies to invest in plants for producing specialty gases or chemicals that are being utilized in semiconductor manufacturing. Then you have another area by the name of clean energy, where chemical companies rather can play a significant role as they supply materials for clean energy solutions such as battery storage, clean hydrogen, and industrial coatings and lubricants. The Inflation Reduction Act has contributed to the construction of new manufacturing plants, resulting in the increased production of architectural metals. Then, carrying on, I would say that customer centricity is another focus for chemical companies. Professionalism and soft skills need to be on the increase as well. It is the need of the hour. Because we know that customer needs and preferences, they evolve all the time. Now we feel that companies are adopting more customer-centric business models in order to better address the customer needs through tailored solutions. So digital transformation, we can say very confidently that it is reshaping the way companies engage with customers, enabling buying experiences that are more personalized, as well as improving the transparency throughout the supply chain. So to stay competitive in a low carbon economy and meet the regulatory requirements, meet the consumer demands, some chemical companies are prioritizing innovation across three key dimensions: product, process, as well as ecosystem. Now, product innovation, my dear students, it focuses on developing products that enhance your performance, that improve your sustainability. And I'm talking about feedstock substitution. You got drop-in chemicals, there are additives, there are end market applications. So process innovation, it focuses on enhancing efficiency and sustainability through various methods, including process intensification, digital automation, as well as sustainable processes. So I think to summarize this note so far, we can definitely say that chemical companies are investing in high-tech clean energy and product innovation in order to stay competitive in the market. By focusing on these areas, they can improve operational efficiencies, they can enhance the product performance, as well as meet new sustainability goals. Then we talk about ecosystem innovation. Now, ecosystem innovation is transforming chemical companies' collaboration and implementation of sustainable practices. This involves collaboration with industry players, research institutions, as well as startups. Now, you would be aware of the Circular Initiative. This is led by major chemical players, and it focuses on developing circular economy practices, promoting recycling as well as the reuse of materials. So, to improve their competitive position, continued innovation will be critical in 2025. Companies across different segmentations, they can invest in ecosystem innovation as strategic leaders with financial resources. They continue to invest in circular solutions such as advanced recycling and bio-based feedstocks. So the chemical industry, which it wouldn't be wrong to say that it accounts for 96% of all manufactured goods, it is accelerating decarbonization through enhanced clean energy access, through policy changes, through ecosystem value capture. So, but at the same time, what we feel is that limited access to renewable electricity, it is an impediment to meeting emission goals, and policy changes can influence the chemical companies' investment in research and development as well as capital expenditures. And policy changes in the USA, in Europe, in Asia, they are expected to continue impacting the investment decisions. And also, I would add one thing that capturing value across ecosystems, that is another challenge for chemical companies that are more upstream in the value chain because they are still facing the problem of tracking the carbon emissions across the broad value chains. Now, this can lead to difficulty in capturing a premium customers. Premium customers who are willing to pay for environmentally sustainable solutions. Therefore, companies must explore innovative strategies to capture value, such as long-term contracts with buyers, such as product carbon footprint assessments, such as having book and claim agreements. So digital platforms using blockchain, digital twins, as well as artificial intelligence, they can facilitate real-time tracking, traceability, as well as compliance with environmental standards. So despite some slowdowns in decarbonization investment announcements in 2024, chemical companies should continue to make progress as demand for more sustainable product grows. So the innovative ways companies navigate these challenges, they could contribute to their future success. What we also see is that chemical companies, they face significant challenges and opportunities in the dynamic global supply chain landscape. You got geopolitical disruptions, you have climate disruptions, and there are regional changes in regulations which have negatively affected your supply chain resilience, your visibility, your level of agility, as well as the company's degree of flexibility. So the chemical trade has definitely, thank God, increased over the past 6 years, and this trend is expected to continue over the next decade. And currently, we see that the United States of America, as well as China, they are leading the charge in this growth, but other regions could emerge as major producers, such as India, such as Southeast Asia, as well as the Middle East. So regional policies and regulations are also impacting your global competitiveness as well as your trade flows. So compliance with these regulations, it requires flexibility in supply chain management to adapt to changing policies. There are regional shifts in supply and demand, which are expected to continue, with China's economic growth being projected to slow down, whereas Southeast Asia and parts of Africa are experiencing acceleration in the growth. And there are plant closures happening in Europe, which is potentially leading to increased imports from the United States or Middle East for certain products. So to capitalize on this growth, chemical companies, they need to enhance the flexibility as well as the agility of their supply chain by leveraging strategic partnerships and a greater use of digital technology, a greater reliance on decentralization, on collaborative planning, on monitoring supply chain resilience, on diversification, because we feel that these are essential measures for chemical companies to position competitively in 2025 and beyond. And speaking about macroeconomics, the moderate global GDP growth is expected to continue in 2025, with inflation falling as well as interest rates being cut. Hence, we feel this will make the borrowing environment a lot more attractive for new business investments. And policy and regulation, they will likely continue to impact chemical companies both directly as well as indirectly through end market growth incentives, through emissions reporting requirements, through tariffs, as well as incentives for domestic investment. So, continued investments in supply chain optimization and visibility, bottom line, will be essential for success in the future. And also, like we said before, just to recap, that chemical companies are expected to continue cost reduction measures through 2025, including the possibility of more divestitures. So this year could bring a probable uptick in merger and acquisition deals, an increase in the joint ventures and more partnerships as chemical companies strengthen their portfolios and ascend into high growth markets. And finally, the last component of discussion on this domain, and that is some success stories in the chemical engineering arena to motivate those of you who are planning on setting foot in this domain. So I would like to start off, first of all, about agro-fertilizers in Pakistan, that is transforming agriculture through innovation. So as you know, agro-fertilizers is a subsidiary of Agro Corporation, and this is a leading force in Pakistan's chemical engineering sector, exemplifying resilience as well as innovation. Now, established in 1965 as the Esso Fertilizer Company, it was basically created to address Pakistan's critical needs for fertilizers to support its predominantly agrarian economy. The company faced numerous challenges such as limited resources, technological constraints, as well as a lack of proper infrastructure. However, its unwavering commitment to innovation, it resulted in the development of Pakistan's first urea manufacturing facility in the year 1968, which had a capacity of 173,000 tons annually. However, over the decades, the company has expanded significantly, and it has culminated in the commissioning of the energy efficient plant in 2010, known as ENVEN. So this NVEN plant, with a production capacity of 1.3 million tons of urea per year, is among the most energy efficient plants in the world, reducing energy consumption to just 7.1 gigacalories per ton, compared to the global average of 8 gigacalories per ton, right? So beyond its industrial achievements, agro has played a vital role in addressing food security in Pakistan. Fertilizer production has supported increased crop yields. It has helped feed millions, and it is contributing to the agricultural GDP. Furthermore, agro has embraced sustainability. It is focusing on reducing greenhouse gas emissions and is improving water conservation during production processes. The company's journey is an inspiring example of how strategic investments in technology and human resources can create a lasting impact on national development. So today, Agro Fertilizers, it continues to lead the way in innovation, in setting benchmarks for the chemical engineering industry in Pakistan, as well as motivating young engineers to pursue excellence in this field. Another big success story is that of Professor Ataur Rahman. He is one of Pakistan's most distinguished scientists. He was born in 1942 in New Delhi. He completed his PhD in organic chemistry from King's College in Cambridge. He has since published over 1,200 research papers, including 340 articles in leading international journals. His work has been recognized with numerous awards such as UNESCO Science Prize, such as the Hilal Imtiaz, such as the Nishan Imtiaz, which, by the way, happens to be Pakistan's highest civilian honor. So, as chairman of the Higher Educational Commission from 2002 to 2008, Professor Rahman has revolutionized Pakistan's education landscape. He has established advanced research laboratories, has doubled the university enrollments, and has increased the funding for higher education from rupees 3.9 billion to 33 billion within 6 years. And under his leadership, the number of universities in Pakistan has grown massively from 59 to 127. And thousands of students were sent abroad for postgraduate studies. So, in the field of chemical engineering, his vision has led to the establishment of state of the art research facilities focusing on material science, pharmaceuticals, as well as biochemical engineering. And I would also add that one of his most notable contributions is the development of the International Center for Chemical and Biological Sciences, known as ICCBS, at the University of Karachi, which is a leading research facility in Asia. Now, the ICCBS, it has trained hundreds of researchers who have gone on to make significant contributions to fields like I'm talking about drug discovery, nanotechnology, and obviously renewable energy. So his story is a testament to the power of vision and the fact that resilience is more important than perfection, and ultimately persistence, it happens to be your greatest ally. And then if you look at some foreign examples, you would have heard of DuPont, DuPont. So DuPont is one of the oldest and most influential chemical companies globally in the US. It has continually reinvented itself over 2 centuries and has become a symbol of innovation as well as adaptability in chemical engineering. And founded in 1802, in the year 1802, as a gunpowder manufacturer, DuPont has evolved into a global leader in chemicals and materials. It has pioneered products such as nylon, such as Kevlar, such as Teflon. And each of these innovations, it has had a transformative impact on industries ranging from textiles and defense to aerospace and consumer goods. Now, in 1938, the DuPont scientists, they accidentally discovered Teflon while researching refrigerants, just like Professor Utonium accidentally created the Powerpuff Girls, yeah? So this breakthrough, it became the cornerstone of the non-stick cookware revolution, benefiting millions of households worldwide. DuPont also developed Kevlar, which is a material 5 times stronger than steel, and it has been used in bulletproof vests, saving countless lives in law enforcement as well as military applications. And also, we noticed that in recent years, we assessed that DuPont has prioritized sustainability and safety. The company's safety training observation program, known as STOP, it is implemented in industrial workplaces. Worldwide, it has significantly reduced workplace accidents, setting a new standard for safety in chemical engineering. Additionally, DuPont has invested heavily in sustainable technologies, including bio-based materials and biodegradable plastics. In 2022, the company generated over 20 billion US dollars in revenue and committed to achieving carbon neutrality by 2050. So DuPont's journey, it inspires engineers and organizations globally to balance innovation with social as well as environmental responsibility. And finally, we look at one more example, and that is of the Marie Curie Institute in France, that is trailblazing research in chemical sciences. So, born originally in 1867 in Warsaw, Curie overcame significant social as well as financial challenges to become the first woman to win a Nobel Prize and the only person to win in two scientific fields, that is physics and chemistry. And her groundbreaking research on radioactivity, it laid the foundation for modern medical imaging and cancer treatment. The institute named in her honor has become a very, I would say, a very global leader in chemical and biomedical research. It focuses on advancing knowledge in radiopharmaceuticals, materials engineering, as well as cancer therapies. And annually, the institute trains over 5,000 researchers and engineers, fostering a culture of collaboration and interdisciplinary innovation. Its projects have led to breakthroughs such as targeted cancer treatments and biodegradable medical implants, right? And the institute's commitment to environmental sustainability, it is very evident, it is very apparent in its development of eco-friendly materials for industrial applications. And in one notable project, the researchers, they have created biodegradable packaging materials that reduce plastic waste. And through its enduring contributions to Marie Curie, Institute is motivating chemical engineers worldwide to pursue groundbreaking research and tackle global challenges with determination and creativity. So, in a nutshell, to conclude this session, these stories are illustrating the transformative power of chemical engineering in order to drive innovation, address global challenges, and inspire the future generations to create a sustainable and prosperous future. So that pretty much, concludes our thoughts on the domain of chemical engineering. Please do not hesitate to like, share, and subscribe, and please reach out in the comment section if you have any queries. Thank you very much, fellas, and take care of yourselves. Stay blessed. Assalamu alaikum.